A Parisian Christmas miracle. Sophia had never been a fan of Christmas. After years of spending the holidays alone in her modest New York apartment, the season had lost its magic. The twinkling lights on the streets only reminded her of the warmth she lacked, and the endless holiday rom-coms on TV felt like cruel jokes. She had resigned herself to another solitary holiday when, on a whim, she signed up for an international pen pal website. It wasn't her style, but that December evening, she found herself scrolling through profiles from around the world. Most messages were generic and uninspiring, but then she saw his, a simple introduction from a man named Julien in Paris. Bonjour. I believe strangers are just friends we haven't met yet. What's your story? There was something disarmingly genuine about his words, and she replied without overthinking. What followed was a cascade of messages. Julien was charming, thoughtful, and witty. He told her about the Christmas markets along the Seine, the glowing Eiffel Tower, and how he always bought chestnuts from the same vendor every year. Sophia shared her love for books, her quiet life in New York, and her secret dream of visiting Paris one day. As the days grew colder, their connection deepened. They exchanged photos, not the curated, posed kind but candid snapshots of their daily lives. Julien sent her a picture of his favorite cafe, while Sophia sent one of the snow-covered Central Park. Their emails turned into late-night video calls. By Christmas Eve, she felt as if she'd known him forever. That night, Julien surprised her. "Sophia," he said, his accent making her name sound like poetry. "I know this may sound crazy, but would you come to Paris? Let me show you the magic of Christmas here." Her heart raced. It was madness. A whirlwind idea, straight out of one of those rom-coms she always mocked. But as she looked at his earnest face on the screen, she realized something. She wanted to believe in magic again. So, on Christmas morning, Sophia boarded a plane to Paris. Butterflies filled her stomach during the 7-hour flight, and doubts crept in. Was this too impulsive? Would he even be the same in person? When she arrived at Charles de Gaulle Airport, all her fears melted away. Julien stood waiting for her, holding a bouquet of white roses and a sign that read, "Bienvenue, Sophia." His smile was exactly as she'd imagined. Warm, genuine, and contagious. The next few days felt like a dream. Julien took her to the places he'd described in their conversations. They strolled through the Champs-Élysées, visited Notre Dame, and shared hot chocolate at his favorite cafe. On New Year's Eve, he brought her to the Pont des Arts, the bridge famous for its lovelocks. Under a canopy of stars and fireworks, he turned to her, his eyes reflecting the shimmering lights of the Seine. "Sophia," he said, pulling a small velvet box from his coat pocket. "Meeting you was fate. Falling in love with you was destiny. Will you make this dream permanent? Will you marry me?" Tears blurred her vision as she whispered, "Yes." They married in a quiet ceremony at a small chapel overlooking the Seine. Paris became her new home, and Julien, her new family. Every Christmas after, they celebrated not just the holiday, but the serendipitous miracle that had brought them together. And as they grew old together, Sophia often told their story to anyone who would listen. A story of how love found her, not in the ways she expected, but in a way that was undeniably perfect.